Victoria Atkins, Shadow Secretary of State.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As we mark the 80th anniversary of victory in Europe, but we must of course remember and thank those women and men who formed the Land Army to feed our troops and our nation.
Victoria Atkins is going to talk about farmers suffering depression and taking their own lives. But before we continue, I'd like to point this fact out. According to the Office of National Statistics, there were 36 suicides recorded in England and Wales among those working in farming and agricultural industry in 2021. So note, that was in 2021 when the Tories were still in power.
Many of their descendants still farm the same fields they did in the war, but this tradition is under threat from this government. Before Christmas, I warned the Secretary of State that a farmer had taken their own life because they were so worried about the family farm tax. He responded with anger and later stopped the Farming Resilience Fund, which helped farmers with mental ill health. This week, I have received the devastating news that several more farmers have taken their own lives because of the family farm tax. This is the Secretary of State's legacy, but he can change it because it is not yet law. Will he set out these tragedies to the Prime Minister, demand that Labour policy is changed, or offer, on a point of principle, his resignation?
Pathetic. Where was our outrage when the Tory government threw the farmers under the bus with Brexit and the subsequent trade deals that actively undermined and undercut British meat? It's almost as if our real concern is for the rich landowners. Anyway, let's hear Secretary for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs Steve Reed's reply.
Well, first of all, can I express my regret that the Shadow Secretary of State would seek to politicise personal tragedy in this way. I think it's immensely regrettable that she would seek to do that. None of us can know for sure what happens in matters of personal tragedy, but I think it's beneath her, actually, to try to weaponise it in the way that she has done. This government takes the issues of mental health very, very seriously indeed. That is why we are setting up mental health hubs in every community so that we can support farmers and others who are suffering from mental health, which I would again gently remind her, a problem that escalated during her time in office as Secretary of State for Health, where she failed to address the problems people are facing.
Click here for Anne Widdecombe struggles to say what reform would do about training or work migration.